8 weeks ago, I started training to become more athletic. Today, I tested everything. Before starting this journey, I was a mix between a half-assed bodybuilder and a power lifter. Somehow it felt like instead of being the best of both, I was just average or maybe even shittier than average. But I had been trying to change up my workouts for a while, learn some new exercises, change my habits, and increase my quality of life. That is why I changed my training, and I'm very happy with my results. But it is nice to go chase a pump with the boys every now and then. Some of the things I wanted to improve on: quality of life, mobility, technique, increase my athleticism, fix my diet, and drop some body weight. My goals were to hit a 185 clean, feel better on a daily basis, drop my body weight from 220-ish to around 200 pounds. I was trying to get somewhere near 10% body fat and broad jump over 9 foot. Other than that, I didn't really have any crazy goals, but I've far succeeded what I even wanted. Right now, I'm just going to do a brief overview of the program. If anybody's interested in it in a little bit more depth, just drop a comment or reach out on Instagram. Let's start out with how the program is specifically set up. Firstly, I have 2 lower body days for every week. One of those being an acceleration and power specific day, which falls on Monday. The other being speed, posterior, and vertical work, which is my Thursday. I split those days up with my Tuesday being my only upper day, where I hit mostly strength, a little bit of power, but it's all upper body. The rest of my week is drills, mechanics, technique, cardio, and rest. I find that my drill and technique days actually have been one of the biggest game changers for becoming more athletic, for me at least. For this block, I only ran it for 8 weeks. It was specifically designed for me to fix my mechanics, my weaknesses, and maintain my endurance. For my recovery, just like everybody knows, aiming for about 8 hours of sleep a day, trying to keep my stress down. And for me, since I'm cutting weight currently, um, tracking my calories, making sure I eat correctly, making sure I hit around 200 grams of protein to try and reduce my muscle loss during the cut. Since I've started this journey, I have discovered, documented, and tried to learn how to fix my weaknesses. Some of the things I noticed I really need to fix include overstriding during sprinting, specifically my top end speed sprints, catching my cleans too high, usually because I'm not confident enough to get under some of the weight yet. My hips shooting up during my pulls, like cleans and deadlifts, or not using my hips in a lot of exercises. I was upper body dominant, but I'm working to balance that out. I had a shoulder injury. I've been working through that for about 2 months. It's been flaring up and down, but it's about 100% now. And one of my weaknesses that I've always kind of had a problem with is my nutrition inconsistency. Whether it's like eating too late, eating the wrong things, getting lazy, not wanting to cook food. All of that amongst a list of other problems I've had to overcome during this time. For me specifically, going after targeting my weaknesses and finding drills to improve it have really shot my performance up, and I think that that is a big part of why I've improved so much over these tests that I've been running. Alright, results from my most recent test. I took my broad jump from 7 foot 4 inches to 9 foot 9 inches. I took my vertical leap from 20 inches to 25 inches. My 10-meter sprint from 2.03 seconds to 1.83 seconds. My 5.10.5 agility from 4.16 seconds to 4.02 seconds. And I PR'd on my power clean. I got it from 185 for 1 up to 190 for 1. I had more in the tank on pretty much every exercise. So I'm very excited for this next block. I'm going to go over what worked best for me, and I'll show some clips with examples of what I did if I have them. Firstly, one of my biggest areas I wanted to work on was acceleration. Some of the drills I used to fix my first 3 steps were kneeling starts across 10 to 20 meters, push-ups into sprints, and lean into sprint. Another thing was top end speed sprints. For those I used wicket drills, A skips, A marches, and wall drills. I continued to incorporate Olympic lifts. From what I've seen, like 90% of top athletes in pretty much every sport are doing some type of Olympic lift, usually a power clean or a snatch or a broad jump at least. I haven't really broad jumped in a long time, so for me, I used drills to fix my broad jump. One of the biggest ones was seated to broad jumps and working on pulling my heels to my ass and then sticking the landing. Another really important aspect for me was a good effective warm-up. Before I would start my lifts, and sometimes even between lifts, I would just do good warm-ups to get the blood flowing. Most days I could actually tell if I was going to be like explosive or sluggish just by how I felt during the warm-up. Almost every lift I'm trying to increase my technique, and then after that it's really just consistency and recovery. I'm about to roll into my next block. I have some big life changes coming, but still going to continue to roll with the punches. Some things I want to change or improve on: my pull under on my cleans, continue to fix my top end speed mechanics, and I really want to push and increase my vertical jump. To me, I would say it's probably one of my weakest areas, if not my weakest. Uh, I'm really enjoying this journey. I appreciate every one of you for following along, and I'm only just getting started, so thank you for your support, and hopefully you guys will stick with me.